like walking / running shoe, because I think that'll make a big help. That's not going to fix all my problems, but it's gonna remedy some of them. Also, I'm going to use that time to edit some stuff. See you, Washu Bashu. See you tomorrow. Eating cuts into my drinking time. Couple of walking sticks. Nah, problem with walking stick, it's, for me, it would, I mean, maybe it would, I'm not saying it wouldn't help, but walking sticks, when you're hiking, it makes sense because there's differences in elevation and stuff. You need stabilization. On pavement, though, it just looks, and when I'm not using it, I would have to store it on the side, extra weight. I don't know. I mean, I've never used walking sticks. Never been my style. Some people like them. I can't get used to them. What's going on? What is going on? Analytic Citic. Whoa, big raid. Analytic Cynic, thank you for coming in. God of War, nice. Welcome in, everybody. If you're new, you guys are probably getting hit with ads. Unfortunate. Ads are at the top of the hour. Oh, still watching ads. Welcome in, everybody. I am Sensei Martian. I'm currently walking from the very southernmost tip of Japan to the very northernmost tip. Now they're over. Okay, welcome in, welcome in. Dang, we still got 30 minutes? What the fuck? Oh, it's because I have walked way past where I was supposed to. Wow. Joke's on me, I guess. Holy crap. I was wondering, I was like, wait a second, what's going on here? I was supposed to take a turn like probably 10 minutes ago. Have a great walking trip. Thank you. Oh, no, it's okay. Sorry. No. The reroute's not too, I mean, like, it's no biggie. Problem is just getting to where I need to be. I need to turn right up here, but I don't see a crosswalk. Which this is a pretty big road for not having a crosswalk. I mean, this is what, 7 lanes? I see, we gotta go underground this way. I walked above, I overshot. No, it's just you yapping, not watching the route. Japan's pretty pedestrian friendly. The fact that they've got a tunnel here instead of that, it's... Well, no, there's a crosswalk. There's not a crosswalk. Oh, there is a crosswalk to that side, isn't there? Damn. Thanks for letting me know. Tunnel would have been cheeks. I mean, 30 minutes still isn't too bad. But I was expecting like 15 minutes, so 15, 20 minutes. I don't know if it's like that bad anyway, if it's that much of a reroute. Seaside paths near Ichiburi. Yeah, when we get a little bit further north, we'll see. No, it's okay. It's fine. No, I'm glad the mids came in. Thank you very much. Auka Cable Network Company Limited. I still think of the clip of that guy at the Family Mart. That's such a funny clip. Domino's. How about that? Domino's Pizza. This is a town you're staying 2 nights at. This is one of the towns. I'm staying 2 nights here, and I think I'm staying 2 or 3 nights at the next town. I almost thought about just staying 1 night here and then pushing to the next town, but the hotel here is like pretty cheap, so I thought, why not? Let's just. Go ahead, good. Naturally, I scheduled today for yard work. I would have taken a mulligan on that. I don't think it ever hit 38. I think it hit about 35, 36 air temp in the peak. I think it's around 33, 34 right now, if I had to guess. Just feeling wise. There was a young couple, or a Kohai Senpai couple, at the Indian restaurant that bought us food, and then they kind of followed me down the road and invited me to eat 10-layer soft cream at the Michinoeki. They bought that too. I tried to pay for it, but they were just too persistent. Yeah, dude, I totally goofed on the pathing. It's wild. Okay, I'm gonna get another drink here at Family Mart. I think I can probably get away with a Pocari Sweat. Like a big Pocari Sweat, a liter Pocari Sweat. Ten layers. That is damn goofy. Yeah, watch me try to eat it too. And then I big brained it. Everyone else is spilling it. I start to spill it, and then I look over and they have water cups. So then I start eating it on top of the water cup. Drips into the water cup, I just drink the leftovers. Think smarter, not harder, you know? I got most of it down. Some of it did melt, but I got most of it down. A little bit of it got on my hands, but I would say I ate probably a good 95% of it. One layer, one bite type of thing. Challenge your interest speeding contest. All right, I'm gonna go in and go to the bathroom and then get a Pocari Sweat, and then we'll go to the hotel. BRB.
Get it, and I think those two boys also didn't get it, but it was throw the past at the wall, you know. So no, so if we are good at social media now, it's because we have rock solid, wonderful, beautiful, incredibly interesting organic content. Then the conversation we must have had a while ago, can you do this on social media? I hope what I said to you was, Jason, what's it going to be about? What's the content? Yeah. If you're thinking, I want to be the YouTube star, I had this conversation last month. I was in Canada visiting my family. I got to be careful what I say for somebody's privacy, because I had a difficult conversation with one of my grandsons. He's a teenager. Two of my grandsons, the older one, he's got his career plan worked out. I don't want to talk too much about what he's doing. He's got his career plan worked out. The second younger one doesn't, but it's okay. He's not worried about this because he's going to be on social media. He's going to be an influencer, and he's going to have millions of followers, and he's going to have buckets of money. And okay, when I asked him, what's it going to be about? Just didn't know.
That's so, because people ask me recently, some of my clients, they say, hey, I saw your Twitch videos, I saw you did the Tokaido, and the coworker sent it to me, and blah blah blah. Like, what's, do you want to be a YouTuber? And I go, no, but I love the behind the scenes. I love talking to people, and again, like you said, if those line up, that's great. I'm going to take these trips regardless, and I hope they're interesting enough that people.
Okay. Well, you are now. There's a wire between this mountain. You're walking out now. I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to take any risks at all. Content was there, and because I'm older, the content was there first. Social media came along. Excuse me, sorry, I haven't had dinner yet. But for you now, because there's no printmaking, the trips are a current thing. The content is going to be this man and his character and his personality. And you're still really kind of young here. I'm sorry, a lot of this is turning out to be this older dude being a pretentious jerk towards you. I'm sorry, but I think it's a relevant thing. If it turns out in the end that you are an interesting enough person, this thing will fly. I don't know this yet, and you don't know this yet, and the only way to find out, as you said, is to go ahead and do this. And you're not betting the farm. You're still so young that it doesn't matter if it didn't work out. Plan B. And you said you enjoyed teaching English too, so there's that. So again, at the risk of repeating myself here, don't overthink this too much. Just get out there on that wire. Get your your pole, which is going to help you. Get your tools around you. You're studying. You've done your homework. You've got your proper mic connections that don't come loose. You've got your backup audio. You're doing this, as far as I can see, in a consumer pro level. At this level, you look like you're doing everything right, and time will tell.
Well, and that's like you mentioned with your grandson, though. Like, I think when people ask me, they say, "You want to be a YouTuber, Jason? You want to be the next this person?"
I don't think that's the motivation. No.
It's something. I don't want to say two birds, one stone, because I feel that's a cop out. I don't want people to think I'm just half-assing content, but it is something that I realized a few people, and this is why I started streaming in the first place. I did a long interview with Therapy Gecko, and Therapy Gecko is he's huge, but I had about 5 people message me privately afterwards. I wasn't making content a year and 3 months ago, but I had 5 people message me and said, your story made me more comfortable with something I have to do. And that's why I did it, because I might never have 800 people watching me. But if there are 5 people that I helped have a less shitty day, I mean,
there's something else about this. I used to work for the Mainichi newspaper organization as part of the early years here. When I started making prints, I put out a little personal newsletter. This is paper stuff. This is before the internet. And one of the editors at the Mainichi newspaper, I used to send it to media people to help promote my work and stuff like this. And one of the editors saw the newsletter and called me up one day, called me in, we had an interview. He said, okay, do you want to be one of our columnists? And this was the Mainichi, the one that comes out on Sundays. What's it called? The Mainichi Weekly or something like that. It's an English tabloid that goes in. And I joined the rotation of people writing columns on the front page there. Went well. People would send in their postcards, enjoyed David's story this week or something like this. This is back in 1990. 92, 93, 94, whatever, I don't even remember the thing back there. And at one point, they gave me an offer of a column in the Mainichi Daily News. It's just a little column, and it had to have a little picture, which I drew, and it wasn't even like 200 words or 180 words or something. You try and say something instantly in 200 words, and boy, oh boy, this is difficult. So I started doing this, and it was fun. They allowed me to write about the printmaking work. It wasn't supposed to promote my printmaking work, but they wanted this guy to write about his experiences and what he was doing in Japan. So it goes on 1 week, 1 week, 1 week. It's a 1-year deal. It started in April, we're going to finish next March. And I'm not a professional at this at all, so I could write this. And you know where the story's going at some point. Oh my God, deadline is for Sunday. We're going to fax this in, and I had no idea. And at that point, I didn't have an idea for the column, but I remembered something I had read years ago about some other columnist. I think it was Bob Greene, who used to write for the Chicago Sun-Times or something like this. I don't know. He talked in his column one day about how he hadn't come up with a good idea. So he talked about how difficult it was to find column ideas. It was a very self-referential column. He then talked about this later. His editor called him in and said, okay, Bob, I see this column. It looks like you've come to the end of your you got nothing else to talk about. He said, I'll let this one go. But if ever again one comes across my desk where you talk about writing a column, instead of writing a column, if you talk about column writing, you are fired that day. Your job is to create content. Your job is not to tell us how difficult it is to create content.
Like getting very meta about it.
Yeah, whatever. And he said, that's not what, and if you did this once or twice.
Damn it. As soon as I went privacy mode, I was finishing off the bottle because I was about to go in. And then this old guy comes up to me and he starts talking to me about, he's trying to get me to take a ride. And I go, no, I don't need to take a ride. He's like, no, like in Toyama, you can't walk. And he said, it's, you know, you have to, you know, it'll add time. You have to do this. He's like, and he started showing me a pamphlet for something. They talk about Hotoke, which is Buddha. And he says it's free, but he says something mamore, not mamoru, mamore, something. And he does this motion. Mamoru, mamore, like that has something to do with protection. And he asked me, and I'm like, no, I'm good, I'm walking. He's like, well, no, if you just get in the car, like, and I was like, no, like, I'm walking, like. And he's like, there's a tunnel, and I was like, dude, I've walked through so many tunnels, like, it can't be that bad. And if it's that bad, then I literally just can't use it, type of thing. Join our cult. Well, he kept showing me a pamphlet. He's like, can you read kanji? I was like, I can read some kanji. And he's like, we want to protect this and this. And he just kept like pointing toward the car. And I was like, listen, man, like, I'm walking. And then one of the younger, well, he's old. One of the 30 to 40-year-old women come up. And then I explained to her that I'm walking. And she's like, it's tough. And I'm like, she's like, it's tough. You just ride with us. I was like, I've already walked 1,500 kilometers. Like, I mean, it was tough. Like the first day was one of the toughest. I walked like 41, 42 kilometers the first day. Like, join our cult? Yeah, well, I was just like, I'm walking. I should have just if I stepped one step closer, pretty sure my body odor would have sent him away. Or if I just like shook his hand, dripping with sweat. Ah, konnichiwa. Arigatou gozaimasu. +1, kakkoi. He was cheesing it like 50 meters down. He saw the hat. Yeah, that's why I just say Aruki. And then they said, like, even at the end, they were saying, it's yaranai? And I was like, And then the guy's like, yaru? And I was like, no, yaranai, like. Like I said, yes, yaranai. I don't need that shit. Like, next time I'm just gonna have to bust out the English. I'm sorry, I don't speak Japanese. That's a cool building. Whoa, missed it. That one? Yes. Sorry, I'm in. Same thing that got me lost earlier. Or not lost. Number 1 rule of travel, yep, never go to a second location. Yep.